What would you do with your life if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you do if you knew anything was possible? What does your dream life look like? When was the last time you had a dream written on paper and really believed in it? I'm Christina Karlsson, founder of global Swedish design brand kikki.K and author of the book Your Dream Life Starts Here. And these are the sorts of questions that get me so excited. Hello and welcome to your 101 Dreams audio guide, which is going to help you and millions of people around the world to imagine, discover, write down, and then chase some of your dreams. Now, before we start, I want you to get set up to go through this exercise with me. Please get yourself a pen and open your Dream Life Journal to the worksheet on page 12 or your Dream Life Starts Here book on page 34. Or, if you haven't got either of those yet, for now you can simply download for free the 101 Dreams audio guide worksheet we have created for you specifically for this exercise from our website kikki.K.com/book resources. Once you have everything with you, you'll need to make sure you can give yourself plenty of time in a quiet and inspiring place, somewhere where you'll be comfortable and won't be interrupted. Are you ready? Dreaming is perhaps one of our greatest gifts as humans. Giving yourself permission and time to dream of what you would love your future to look like is without doubt one of the most valuable and powerful things you can do. It's the perfect place to start if you are someone who wants something more from your one precious life, or if you want to transform your life in small, simple steps to create the life of your dreams, whatever that means for you. In my early 20s, and before I founded my business kikki.K, not knowing what to do with my life, from a very humble background with little experience and next to no money, I dared to chase a big dream, to grow a beautiful business and in the process, create my own dream life. That dream started with me doing something very similar to the dreaming exercise you are about to do. Nearly 20 years later, and now that I have achieved that big dream, I want to share everything I learned about dreaming big and achieving dreams from our own experience and from amazing people like Oprah Winfrey, Sir Richard Branson, Arianna Huffington, and the amazing Tara Trent, Oprah's all-time favorite guest. My number one dream, what I call my crazy big dream, is to inspire you and 101 million people around the world, just like you, to tap into your imagination and write down as many dreams as you can for yourself. Then carefully choose just 3 of those dreams to start chasing. I know that taking even a little time out from your busy everyday life to imagine your future, to dream of how you want your life to unfold, will be so useful and so powerful for you, just as it has been for millions of people throughout history. Dreaming is where every great thing starts, and the more people in the world chasing dreams, the better the world will be. So let's get to it. I'm going to guide you through a series of questions to help trigger your imagination so you can create a long list of potential dreams you may want to chase. And as I do, you'll write down anything that comes to mind. Write down as many dreams as you can to create your own 101 dreams list. And come back to this powerful exercise as often as you like over the course of your life. I would suggest doing it every few months, but do it at least annually. The idea is to get as many dreams down on paper as you possibly can, unedited, big and small, then come back to the list later and reflect on them all. There is no right or wrong way to do this. No dream you can imagine for yourself is too small or too big. Just write what feels right for you at this point in your life. Some will totally inspire you. Some will inspire new dreams you hadn't thought of before. Some you will edit. Some you may cross out. But somewhere on your list will be some absolute gems that will ignite your soul, make your heart race, and inspire you to reimagine your future in ways you couldn't have done otherwise. Later on, you will choose 3 dreams to focus on chasing. But for now, be as bold as you like. Dream as big or as small as you like. You are about to start reimagining and reshaping your future. How exciting to have the freedom to do that. Now, immerse yourself in your inspiring space where you won't be interrupted. We are going to start getting ready to dream, with eyes closed, no writing just yet. When you are ready, but definitely don't do this if you're driving, close your eyes while you take 3 slow, deep breaths. This is your time. Keeping your eyes closed, I want you to imagine your life without any limitations. You have all the money you need. Time is no limit. There is no urgency in your life, no musts, no shoulds. Anything is possible. And no matter what you do, you simply cannot fail. Imagine you can do whatever you want to do and have whatever you want to have. To be whoever you truly want to be. You are not constrained at all by what your friends or family think, what your partner thinks, what anyone thinks. You are totally free to just be you, to be your best self, and to dream without any limitations about what you want for yourself, for those you love and care about, and for the world. You are feeling so optimistic about your future. I'm giving you permission right now to stop for a moment and just let go of everything you thought you could or couldn't do. Imagine your world is absolutely full of possibility. Don't filter the ideas you come up with. Don't worry about sorting through them. Just connect with your heart, dream big, and get yourself ready to capture those dreams on paper as quickly, roughly, and simply as you like. Think of this as a brainstorming exercise. All great things start with a dream. So this is your chance to cast all doubts and all constraints aside and give yourself the gift of dreaming. Now open your eyes, take a big, deep breath, and let's put pen to paper. Dream big. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Just write whatever comes to mind in your head about any area of your life. If you knew you just couldn't fail, what would you do? What have you thought of doing but not taking action on because you worried it wouldn't work out or you wouldn't succeed? What would you dream of doing? What would you stop doing? If at any stage you feel you want to just pause this audio guide and keep writing and then come back, feel free to do that. What's out of your comfort zone that you would love to do or experience or achieve, but you're not sure you could do it? Would you chase a particular education, greater balance in areas of your life? Just imagine anything is possible for you, and you simply cannot fail, no matter what you do. Would you chase freedom of some sort from something holding you back? What would you do for work? Would you change role or career? Start your own business, start studying, maybe stop studying. What do you love doing in your free time that you could make a career or business of if you knew you could not fail? What passions or purpose would you follow? Would you choose a more meaningful path? What would you do for your health and wellness if you knew you couldn't fail? Are there new habits you would like to create, or bad habits that you would like to get rid of? If you knew you just couldn't fail, what would you dream of doing? This is such a powerful question for your head to ask your heart. What would you do if you had all the money and time you needed? Seriously, just imagine that. You had all the money and all the time you need. What would you do? Maybe that's a fantasy. Maybe not. But it will help you access things deep in your heart. Let your imagination run wild and just scribble your thoughts on paper. Get excited by the possibility of this unconstrained thinking. What would you do if you had all the money and time you needed? Remember, turn off your rational mind. Resist the temptation to limit yourself. If your mind brings up limiting thoughts, just recognize them as that and let them go. Imagine anything is possible. Imagine a future bigger and better and more amazing than your past. What would you do for yourself? What would you do for your loved ones? What would you do for others if you had all the money and time you needed? If there were no time limitations for you, how would you spend your time? Let your imagination run. Are there things you love to do but currently feel you haven't got time for? Write them down. What would you do in the morning, during the day, at night? How would you spend your weeks, months, years? Imagine that you are in control of every decision in your life. Just imagine for a moment that it's true. You can actually create your dream life, whatever that means for you. Anything is possible. What would you do differently in all the different areas of your life if you had all the time you needed? What don't you have time for now in your life that you really wish you had time for? If you had all the money you needed, what would you do? What would you do for the betterment of your family, friends, community, for the betterment of the world? What would you change compared to your life now? How would you nurture yourself more? Are there specific things that you would buy or invest in or start, or any cause or person you would want to support? If you didn't have to work for money, what would you do that would give you a sense of meaning and purpose? What would you do if you had all the money and time you needed? What would you do if you had all the skills and knowledge you needed? Imagine that. What would you apply your knowledge and skills to? What opportunities would it open? What skills and knowledge would you love to have? From what study or what experience? Don't edit yourself. Let your mind drift and write whatever comes to mind. What would you do if you had all the skills and knowledge you needed? Would you change career? Would you start a blog or a podcast? Would you volunteer somewhere? Is there anything different you would do as a hobby or for leisure? Would you follow something to do with music or the arts? Would you join a theatre group or help solve some of the world's complex problems in some way? What would you do if you had all the skills and knowledge you needed? What would you do if you had all the courage you needed, all the self-belief you needed? So many people tell me they feel they don't have enough self-belief. Just imagine for a moment, a wand has just been waved and you have 100% confidence in yourself to do with ease whatever you want to do. What would you do with that self-belief? What opportunities would it open for you? What would you do that perhaps your self-talk is telling you you can't? Just write down whatever comes to mind. You can edit later. Be as free as you like with what you write. No one is watching you. What would you do if you had all the courage you needed, all the self-belief you needed? What would you do if you had all the support you needed? It's so important to have the support of other people. Imagine you have all the support you need. Imagine you're surrounded by an A-team. You've always got someone to talk with, to help you, to share experience and advice with you. Is there more you would do for your health or wellness if you had more support? Could you take your career or business or sport or study or hobby to the next level? What would that support look like for you? Who would be around you? What opportunities would that open up for you? What could you do with just a bit more support in your life. What support do you dream of having? What would you achieve if you had all the support you needed in your life? What dreams do you have already? Put them on paper now. This is the perfect time. It's your time. You deserve this time. I'm giving you permission to really dream. You are giving you permission to really dream. Your dream life starts here. What dreams do you have already? Write them down. Write any dream you can think of, but not yet achieved. There could be something from your childhood, something you thought was crazy and dismissed, something you thought was too big, something you pushed aside because you didn't have time. Write down anything that comes to mind. What have you often wished for, but never put in writing? What wishes have you thought of in the past but dismissed for some reason? What dreams do you have that you haven't yet dared put in writing, or haven't yet committed yourself to chasing? Putting wishes and dreams on paper is the first effective step to making them happen. Maybe you felt in the past you didn't deserve to dream or to achieve your dreams. Dismiss those thoughts and just write down whatever comes to mind for you. Do it now for yourself. Let go of any constraints, any limitations, and for now, just allow yourself to dream as big as you can. It could be as simple as wishing you had some help with some small things in your life to free up time for more important things. It could be that you have wished for an extra week of holidays, or to meet and hear stories or advice from someone you admire. What have you wished for but never put in writing? What have you dreamed about but never shared with anyone else? What dreams have you been afraid to share with anyone else for whatever reason? Think back. Are there any dreams you can think of that you have had but have never shared? Are there things you have dreamed about achieving or doing, things that would make you feel alive and worthwhile, but were afraid for whatever reason to share with your family or your friends or your partner or work colleagues? Write them down. Is there anything you feel is authentically you, but you have just kept for yourself because of the expectations you feel others have on you? Don't worry if nothing immediately comes to mind. Just flow on to the next question. But make sure you do write anything that comes to mind. You'll get the chance to edit yourself later if you need to. But don't edit yourself now. Just write everything down. What have you dreamed about but never shared with anyone else? Dreaming deeply. Look deeply into your heart and consider the following questions. Just let the answers flow. Don't hold back. Think about your dream life and how it would be different to your life today? What would you start doing? What would you be excited to start doing? What new things would give you joy? Think about the various areas of your life: career, health, wellness, fitness, learning, relationships, your home. Know that anything is possible for you. You are in control of you. In your dream life, whatever that means for you, what would you start doing? It's okay if you are repeating yourself from previous things you have jotted down. Just let it all flow as it comes into your mind. Open your heart. Keep your rational mind turned off as best as you can. What would you start doing in your dream life that you can't or don't do now in the areas of travel, hobbies, purpose and meaning, community, environment? What would you stop doing? In your dream life, what would you not be doing that you are doing now? Are there habits you would drop? Is there behavior you would stop? What are you doing now that doesn't serve you? That just isn't part of your dream life, or who you really want to be as a person, whatever that means for you. Think about areas of your life like health, career, finances, home, spirituality, environment, community. What would you stop doing that you are doing now? Imagine a future so bright, so positive, so exactly how you want it to be. Imagine you are totally in control of making the decisions that impact your life, and you are, of course. In your dream life, what would you stop doing that you are doing now? Write down anything that comes to mind. In your dream life, how would you spend your time? Knowing that anything is possible, how would you start your days? What would your morning routine be? What would you want to fit into your weeks and days? What would you do differently each month or each year? What would you do on your weekends? On a Sunday? Maybe you would do more of what you do now. If that's the case, write down what you do more of. Don't worry if you're doubling up, just write down whatever is bubbling up for you. What would you do less of? Think about all the areas of your life and anything in those areas you would want to do less of in your dream life. Imagine anything is possible and the decisions are yours to make. How would you spend your time? In your dream life, whatever that means for you, what would you do for work? If you could make your work a pure joy, what would you do? If you could focus on your strength and stop doing things you don't enjoy, what work would you do? What specific role? Would it be different to what you are doing now? How would it be different? If your work could really fit your life and your passions and your family, what would you do for work? Don't worry yourself about how you might make that happen. Suspend any thoughts like that come to mind. Just let the truth in your heart open up and surface, and write down anything that comes to mind. In your dream life, what amazing experiences would you have? Who would you hang with? Where? What are the things that you would do and see? What amazing experiences have you heard of that you want to experience for yourself? How often? Where? Write down anything that comes to mind. Remember, the longer the list, the better. What you write now might give you a brilliant related idea one day in the future. Just let it out now on paper. Where would you travel? What are some of your dream destinations? In your dream life, where would you travel? For how long? Who with? In what style? Write it all down. There is such power when you start to put things like this on paper. Don't stop. Are there places you've been to that you want to go back to? What new places do you want to discover for yourself? In your dream life, what would you buy? What would you buy for yourself? What have you always dreamed of owning, and why? What would you buy for others, and why? In your dream life, what would you buy? What would your purpose be in your dream life? What are you really hungry for? What makes you burn or make you feel truly alive that you want to do more of? What gets you out of bed in the mornings? What is the legacy you want to leave your family or your friends or the world? What gives you the most energy and joy? For me, my purpose, the few key things that get me out of bed are things like being the best mother I can be, inspiring millions around the world to dream, creating and sharing beautiful, meaningful things. What does purpose look like for you in your dream life? Where would you live? In your dream life, would you live where you're living now? Would you want to live in another city, another country? Would you want to live closer to anyone or anything in particular? The water, the mountains, your favorite city, your family. What type of home would you want to live in? What type of living environment? Imagine the details. Where would you live? Write down anything that comes to mind. What would you surround yourself with in your dream life? Stop and think for a moment how your dream life looks and feels. Everything worthwhile starts with a dream. What would you surround yourself with? What physical or material things? What feelings? Write down whatever comes to mind, no matter what it is. What would you surround yourself with in your dream life? How would you feel and act? Think about how you have been feeling and acting this past month or so. Is that how you want to feel and act in your dream life? What would you change? Maybe nothing. Maybe some things. If your dream life is a life designed for you, by you, how would you want to feel and act in general, or even in specific situations? Just write whatever comes to mind. Sharing the dream. If your life was filled with all the love and deeply satisfying relationships you could hope for, how would it look? Who would be the key people in your dream life? Write their names and describe your relationships with them in just a few words. If it's a partner you don't have yet, obviously you don't have a name for them. Make one up and describe them in a few words. It could be that you want a mentor or mentors. Write that down and describe them briefly and what you would hope to get from them. It could even be many of the people who are in your life right now. Here's another way to look at this. Who would you not want in your life? Are there any toxic relationships you dream of staying away from? Who are the key people in your dream life? Write down whatever comes to mind. What dreams do you have to help your loved ones, your family, your friends? Think about the key people in your life. What are your dreams for them? Know that putting expectations on others can be potentially restricting for them. But in general terms, what are your hopes and dreams for key people in your life? What would you want for them? What can you do to help make that happen? Write whatever comes to mind. What do you dream of for your community? The amazing Dr. Terai Trent, who features in my book, tied her dreams to the betterment of others. What dreams do you have for the betterment of your family, or the betterment of your community, or the world in general? Are there any dreams you've written so far that can be tied to the betterment of others, to give them greater meaning? Use your imagination and write down whatever comes to mind. How could you tie your dreams to the betterment of your family, your friends, your community, the world? Now that you have worked through these questions once, rewind this recording and keep cycling through these questions until you feel you have captured as many dreams as possible on paper. When you can't think of any more answers to the questions, put your pen down and just breathe. Well done! You have very likely taken yourself out of your comfort zone and surfaced ideas and dreams that may very well be the building blocks of your dream life. A life designed by you, for you. So where to from here? This was just a start. Over the next days, keep your 101 dreams list close by and add any dreams you think of to your list. If you've done this exercise with family or friends, share some or all of your dreams with each other if you feel comfortable. You'll be amazed by how many dreams this will inspire you to add to your own list, and your dreams will inspire others too. Then take time to read over your list and choose the top 3 dreams that you want to focus on chasing first. If you need help doing that, there's a chapter in my book dedicated to just that, and a lot of chapters dedicated to helping you take the simple, practical steps and actions to make those dreams come true. Having clear dreams is the start. Taking action and enjoying the journey is what's next most important. I would really love to help guide you further on all of that. So if you found this exercise valuable and you really want to make your dreams happen, what I would recommend strongly is to pick up a copy of my book from kikki.K.com and a copy of the Dream Life Journal I have designed to go with it, and work through them to create a simple step-by-step plan to make your dreams your reality. For ongoing inspiration from the dreams and stories of amazing people I meet from around the world, subscribe to my podcast series, Your Dream Life, on iTunes, or access it and more inspiration at kikki.K/dreamlife. You can also continue the conversation with us on social media using hashtag kikki.K/dreamlife and hashtag 101milliondreamers. And to help support you in your journey to make your dreams come true, consider attending one of our Dream Life workshops or events, joining our community of dream chasers, and signing up to be the first to hear about our new content and inspiration as we release it. If you feel okay about it, given your personal circumstances, Share your top 3 dreams with me and our community of dreamers by taking a photo of them and sharing it via @kikki.K and @kikki.K using hashtag #KikkiKDreamLife and hashtag 101 million dreamers. We would love to see your dreams so we can keep each other inspired and motivated along the way. If you found this exercise valuable, share it with your friends and help us inspire 101 million people around the world to write down 3 well-considered dreams and go chase them. Thanks for joining me. Dream big.